Let's start. Unit 30. Number 1. Although prices in most retail outlets are set by the retailer, this does not mean that these prices do not adjust to market forces over time. On any particular day we find that all products have a specific price ticket on them. However, this price may be different from day to day or week to week. The price that the farmer gets from the wholesaler is much more flexible from day to day than the price that the retailer charges consumers. If, for example, bad weather leads to a poor potato crop, then the price that supermarkets have to pay to their wholesalers for potatoes will go up, and this will be reflected in the prices they mark on potatoes in their stores. Thus, these prices do reflect the interaction of demand and supply in the wider marketplace for potatoes. Although they do not change in the supermarket from hour to hour to reflect local variations in demand and supply, they do change over time to reflect the underlying conditions of the overall production of and demand for the goods in question. Unit 30. Number 2. We have to recognize that there always exists in us the strongest need to utilize all our attention. And this is quite evident in the great amount of displeasure we feel any time the entirety of our capacity for attention is not being put to use. When this is the case, we will seek to find outlets for our unused attention. If we are playing a chess game with a weaker opponent, we will seek to supplement this activity with another, such as watching TV, or listening to music, or playing another chess game at the same time. TV. Very often this reveals itself in unconscious movements, such as playing with something in one's hands or pacing around the room, and if such an action also serves to increase pleasure or relieve displeasure, all the better. Unit 30, Exercises. Number 01. The history of the development of zoos shows how our relationships with animals have changed over time. Fear was replaced with curiosity and a desire to own and control animals. Our relationships with animals mirror changes in society. As Mahatma Gandhi said, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Mahatma Gandhi. When human society was hierarchical, the collection of animals was the exclusive practice of the rich and powerful. Later, with enlightenment, came the desire to know more of animals. Collections became important for scientific study, allowing early representations of fanciful beasts to be updated and replaced through detailed studies of both live and dead animals. Unit 30. Number 02. What's in a word? Quite a lot, actually. Language has long been considered a critical vehicle through which we understand and respond to our environment. For example, behavioral economist Keith Chen found a link between the language people speak, as their primary language, and their tendency to save money. Keith Chen. In English, if you are speaking about time, you need to adjust your grammar to reflect whether you are speaking about the past, the present or the future. In Chinese, you speak about the present and the future using the same words. This is not simply about distant languages. English is the only Germanic language that separates time in this way. He found that, when you controlled all other variables, people that speak futureless languages, like Chinese, save more money, 5% more, than those that separate the present from the future tense, because the future is not a separate, distinct thing. 5%. The end. Good job.